Why do I sit here? To escape these pirates. I describe myself as an orphan. And heaven help me, I am no orphan. I came here to humble myself before the tombs of my ancestors for bringing dishonor upon the family discussion.
But you forget, sir, you only bought this castle a year ago, and the stucco on your baronial castle is scarcely dry.
Frederick, there are ancestors here, you cannot deny that. With the estate, I bought the chapel and its contents. I don't know whose ancestors they were, but I know whose ancestors they are. And I shudder to think if they're descended by purchase, if I so may describe myself, could have brought dishonor upon what I'm certain was an unstained family escutcheon.
Be comforted. Had you not acted as you did, these reckless men would most assuredly have brought in the nearest clergyman and married your large family on the spot.
Well, I thank you for your proffered solace, but it is unavailing. I assure you, Frederick, such is the remorse and anguish that I feel at the abominable falsehood with which I escaped these easily deluded pirates, that I would go to their simple-minded king this very night and confess all, did I not fear that the consequences would be most disastrous to myself. At what time does your expedition march against these scoundrels?
At 11. And by midnight, I hope to have atoned for my involuntary association with the pestilent scourges by sweeping them from the face of the earth. And then, maybe, you will be mine.
Are your devoted followers at hand?
They are. They only await my orders.
Then, Frederick, let your escort lion-hearted be summoned to receive a general's blessing ere they depart upon their dread adventure.
Dear sir, they come.
Steel. We a comfortable feel. Can we find the wisest thing? Is to stop our chest and sing ta-ra-ta-ra. For with threats and with the mutes, and your heart is in your boots. There is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound. Ta-ra-ta-ra-ta-ra-ta-ra.
Though it's very evident these intentions are lament. Yes.
pirate's lair. Oh, joy unbounded, oh, sweet relief, oh, rapture unexampled, at last I may atone in some slight measure for repeated acts of theft and pillage. I enrich a sense of duty, stern dictation. I, circumstance's victim, have been guilty.
Young Frederick,
Who calls?
your late commander.
And I, your little Ruth.
Oh, mad intruders, how dare ye face me? Know ye not, oh rash ones, that I had doomed you to extermination?
Have mercy on us. Hear us ere your slaughter.
I do not think I ought to listen to you, but mercy should alloy our stern resentment. And so I will be merciful. Say on.
When you had left our pirate fold, we tried to raise our spirits' feet according to our custom old, with quips and quibbles great. But all in vain, the quips we heard we laid and salt upon the rocks, until to somebody occurred a startling paradox.
A paradox.
A paradox, a most ingenious paradox, with quips and quibbles heard and flux, but not to beat this paradox.
A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. This paradox.
We knew your taste for curious quips were quakes and contradictions queer, but with the laughter on our lips we wish you there to hear. We said if we could tell it him, how Frederick would the joke enjoy, but now we've risked both life and limb to tell it to our boy.
That paradox.
That paradox, that most ingenious paradox. We've quips and quibbles heard and flux, but not to beat this paradox.
A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. This paradox.
For some ridiculous reason, to which, however, I've no desire to be disloyal, some person in authority, I don't know who, very likely the astronomer royal, has decided that although for such a beastly month as February, 28 days as a rule are plenty, 1 year in every 4 days shall be reckoned with 9 and 20. Through some singular coincidence, I shouldn't be surprised if it were owing to the agency of an ill-natured fairy. You are the victim of this clumsy arrangement, having been born in leap year on the 29th of February. And so, by a simple arithmetical process, you'll easily discover that though you've lived 21 years, yet if we go by birthdays, you're only 5 and a little bit over.
Give me, see, yes, yes, with yours my figures do agree. How quaint the ways of paradox, at common sense she gaily talks, though counting in the usual way, years 21 I've been alive. Yet reckoning by my natal day, I am a little boy of 5 years, a little boy of 5. A paradox, a most ingenious paradox. This paradox. This most absurdly whimsical. 5 1/4. No one would think it to look at me.
You are glad now. I'll be bound that you spared us. You would have never forgiven yourself when you discovered you had killed 2 of your comrades!
My comrades?
I'm afraid you don't appreciate the delicacy of your position. You were apprenticed to us.
Until I reached my 21st year.
No, until you reach your 21st birthday. And going by birthdays, you're only 5 1/4.
You don't need to hold me to that.
No, we merely remind you of the fact and leave the rest to your sense of duty.
Your duty!
Oh! Don't put it on that footing! As I was merciful to you just now, be merciful to me. Please do not insist upon the letter of your bond, just as the cup of happiness is at my lips.
We insist on nothing. We merely point out to you your duty.
Your duty?
Well, you have appealed to my sense of duty, and my duty is only too clear. I abhor your infamous calling. I shudder at the thought that I have ever been mixed up with it. But duty is before all. At any price, I will do my duty.
Bravely spoken. Come, you are one of us once more.
Lead on, I follow. Oh, horror!
What is the matter?
Ought I to tell you? No, I mustn't. And yet, as a member of your band,
Speak out. I charge you in the sense of conscientiousness, to which we have never yet appealed in vain.
General Stanley, the father of my Mabel.
Yes, yes.
He escaped from you on the plea that he was an orphan.
He did.
Oh, it breaks my heart to betray the honored father of the girl I adore. And yet, as a member of your band, I must tell you that General Stanley is no orphan.
What?
But wait, there's more. He never was one.
So I am to understand that to save his contemptible life, he dare practice upon our most credulous simplicity? Our revenge shall be swift and terrible. Come, we will collect our band and attack Tremorton Castle this very night.
But stay!
Not a word. He is doomed. Away, away, my heart's on fire. I burn this base deception to repay. This very night, my vengeance dire shall love itself ignore. Away, away.
Away, away, ere I expire, I find my duty hard to do today. My heart is filled with anguish dire, it strikes me to the core. Away, away.
So foully tricked us all unrise. Vengeance howl the pirate's song besides. Our nature's sternly softened with his lies. And in return tonight the traitor dies.
Yes, tonight the traitor dies. Yes, tonight the traitor dies.
Tonight he dies.
Yes, early tomorrow.
His girls likewise,
They will winter in
The
sorrow.
lords are
In
small.
their natures they cherish.
and all who not.
To abuse it shall perish.
Tonight he dies, and early tomorrow. His girls likewise they will winter in
Sorrow, the ones shall slaughter the natures they cherish, and all who want to abuse it shall perish. Away, 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 tonight the traitor dies. Away, away, tonight, 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 the traitor dies tonight. Away.
All is prepared, your gallant crew will wait you. My Frederick in tears, it cannot be that Reinhardt wails at the coming conflict.
No, Mabel, no, a terrible disclosure has just been made. Mabel, my dear beloved one, I swore an oath to serve the pirate captain until I reached my 21st birthday.
But you are 21.
I've just discovered that I was born in leap year, and that birthday will not be reached by me till 1940.
Oh, horrible, catastrophe appalling.
And so farewell, walls. The thought my soul appalls, but when stern duty calls, I must obey.
See, Friedrich, see,
Nay, oh nay,
we have no way.
what duty's name of God, my soul appalls, but when stern duty calls,
See, Friedrich, see,
I must obey.
leave me not to pine alone and desolate. No fate seemed fair as mine, no happiness so great. And nature day by day will sing exit clear. This joyous
Must I leave thee here in endless night to dream, where joy is dark and drear, and sorrow falls supreme, where nature day by day will sing in dulcet tones this weary roundelay. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la, fa la la la. He loves thee, he is gone. La 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 In 1940 I may shall be, I'll then return and claim you, I declare it.
It seems so long.
Swear that till then you will be true to me.
Yes, and be strong. By all the Stanleys dead and gone, I swear it.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth, and here is fruit of joyous laughter. We'll be faithful to pursue till we are wed and even after. Oh, here is love, and here is truth.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth.
She will be faithful to
We
pursue
will be faithful to pursue.
till we are wed and even after.
We'll win.
And even after.
Yes, even after.
Oh, here is love, and here is truth, and here is fruit of joyous laughter. We will be faithful to pursue.
Till we are wed and even after.
We will be faithful to pursue till we are wed and even after. And even after. Oh, here is love, and here is truth. Oh, here is love, is love. Woo!
Oh, are you brave? Oh, family descent, how great thy charm, thy sway, how excellent. Come one and all, undaunted men in blue. A crisis now, affairs are coming to.
shamefully.
You speak falsely. You know nothing about it. He has acted nobly.
He has acted nobly.
Dearly as I loved him before, his heroic sacrifice to his sense of duty has endeared him to me tenfold. But if it was his duty to constitute himself my foe, it is likewise my duty to regard him in that light. He has done his duty, I will do mine. Go ye and do yours.
Righto.
This is perplexing.
We cannot understand it at all.
Still, as he is actuated by his sense of duty,
That makes a difference, of course. At the same time, we repeat, we cannot understand it at all.
no matter, our course is clear. We must do our best to capture these pirates alone. It is most distressing to us to be the agents whereby our erring fellow creatures are deprived of that liberty which is so dear to us all. But we should have thought about that before we joined the force.
We should.
It's too late now.
It is.
When a felon's not engaged in his employment, or maturing his felonious little plan, his capacity for innocent enjoyment, is just as great as any honest man. Our feelings we with difficulty smother, when constabulary duties to be done. I take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one.
Oh, when constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one.
When the enterprising burglar's not a burglary, and the cutthroat isn't occupied in crime, he loves to hear the little brook a-gurgling, or listen to the merry village chime. When Acosta's finished jumping on his mother, he loves to lie a-basking in the sun. I take one consideration with another. A policeman's lot is not a happy one.
Oh, when constabulary duties to be done, a policeman's lot is not a happy one. Tired of tossing on the sea, are trying their hand at burglary with weapons grim and glory.
Hush, hush, I hear them on the banner approaching. With stealthy steps the pirates are approaching.
We are not coming for plate or gold, the story General Stanley's told. We seek a penalty 50-fold for General Stanley's story.
They seek a penalty
50-fold, we seek a penalty
50-fold. They
seek a penalty 50-fold for General Stanley's story.
They come in force with stealthy stride. Our obvious course is now to hide. Drop.
With cat-like tread upon our brave steed, silence dread, our cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. Our eyes foot forward, we
Hush, hush, not a word. I see a light inside. The Major General comes, so quickly hide.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes. Tormented by the anguish dread of falsehood unatoned, I lay upon my sleepless bed and tossed and turned and groaned. A man who finds his conscience ache no peace at all enjoys. And as I lay in bed awake, I thought I heard a noise.
He thought he heard a noise.
Ha ha! No, all is still in dale on hill. My mind is set at ease. How still the sea, it must have been the sighing of the sighing softly to the river comes a loving breeze, setting nature on a quiver, rustling through the trees, and the brook in rippling measure laps for very long, while the mockers in their pleasure wave their arms above. Yes, the trees for very love wave their leafy arms above. River, river, little river, may thy longing prosper ever. Heaven's feeding on the trees, may thy wooing happy be. Heaven's feeding on the trees, may thy wooing happy be. Yet the breezes barter over when he wings away. Brook and poplar mourn a lover sighing, well a day, well a day. On the doing and undoing that the road could tell. When the breeze is out a-wooing, who can woo so well? Shocking tales the road could tell, nobody can woo so well. Pretty brook, thy dream is over, for thy love is but a rover. Sound of fire upon the trees, courted by a fickle breeze. Sound the laws upon the trees, courted by a fickle
Forward, men, and seize that general man! His time is over! Yes, where the fire still stands. Frederick, oh joy, oh rapture, summon your men and a
effect their capture.
Beautiful Mabel, I would if I could, but I am not able.
He's telling the truth, he is not able. With base deceit, you worked upon our feelings. Revenge is sweet, and flavors all our dealings. With courage rare, and resolution manly, for death prepare, unhappy General Stanley.
His wit will die, untrimmed on a meal. Oh, spare him! Will no one in his cause a weapon wield? Oh, spare him!
Yes, we are here, no hither to conceal. So to constabulary pirates yield.
We triumph now, for where we drown, your mortal careers cut short. No pirate band will take its stand at the
To gain a brief advantage you've contrived, but your proud triumph will not be long-lived.
Don't say your orphans, for we know that game.
On your allegiance we've a stronger claim. We charge you yield. We charge you yield. In Queen Victoria's name.
You do.
We do. We charge you yield. In Queen Victoria's name.
We yield at once with humble mien, because with all our faults we love our queen.
Yes, yes, with all their faults, they love their queen.
Yes, yes, with all our faults we love our queen.
Away with them and place them at the bar.
One moment. Let me tell you who they are. They are no members of the common throng. They are all noblemen who have gone wrong. They are all noblemen who have gone wrong.
No Englishman unmoved that statement here, because with all our faults we love our house of peers. I pray you pardon me, ex-pirate king. Peers will be peers, and youth will have its fling. Resume your ranks and legislative duties, and take my daughter, all of whom are